Well, guys, 2023 has come to an end, and we're about to hit 2024. In a lot of ways, it's sad that this year is over because I had a really good time this year for all intents and purposes. There were some bumps along the way, and I'm not gonna lie, I had some regrets, some things that I wish that I didn't do. As we all do. We all go through those moments. It wasn't without its scars because earlier this year I experienced the loss of a good friend of mine unexpectedly. It was a really big blow. And yeah, I'll save the details, but I still feel like she's around in some capacity whenever I'm feeling low or if I'm having a really good time. I always feel like she's my guardian angel watching over me. That sounds really cliche, but I really do feel like she's still around in some capacity, looking down on me. I know some of you might not believe in spiritual or ideas of God or whatever, and that's totally fine if you don't. In my experience, I have had moments where I feel like there is definitely something bigger watching over us. That's besides the point, though. Had a lot of fun attending Comic-Cons, Philly, New York, and going to various concerts. Got to see Alicia Keys, Greta Van Fleet, Queen with Adam Lambert, and Stevie Nicks over a month ago in Allentown. The previous 3 concerts I went to Philly all those times. In a lot of ways, I also experienced growth and personal closure along the way. I'm not going to say exactly what they are. Maybe later down the line I'll get into some of that stuff, but I'll keep that to myself because it's a little too personal at the moment. As far as here on this channel, I probably had the most fun that I've had in all the years that I've been doing YouTube. Not that I haven't had fun times before on here, like talking about various movies that I was really passionate about, but this year I could safely say that I was really, so far anyway, probably the most comfortable in my own skin as far as being a YouTuber. I don't expect to get millions of subscribers or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Last time I checked, I think I have about 1,225 and counting. Numbers don't really matter to me at the end of the day, but the fact that there's that many people listening to me, I feel like I've accomplished something. It may not seem really big in the bigger picture, but knowing that there's that many people interested in what I have to say, thank you guys so much. And for all you guys who consistently comment on my videos, I appreciate you so much that I don't think I'm going to be able to convey it in any kind of words that are appropriate. I'm not making any sense right now. I'm still tired, and my foot is still not 100%. For those of you who don't know, I actually broke my foot earlier this month. It's actually feeling a lot better. I'm not really using crutches anymore. I got an appointment with the doctor for a follow-up in a few days after New Year's. It was one heck of a way to close off the year, but thankfully my bosses where I work at the post office, they're very understanding and sympathetic, so they're not gonna push me out the door. Plus, legally, it wouldn't make any sense for them to do that. But anyway, I digress. A lot of good stuff came out this year, as far as television and film, and video games. Probably the 2 best pieces of fiction, as far as I'm concerned, that came out, at least what I saw. I didn't get a chance to see as much as I wanted to, and I probably won't have as much energy to do that, to the point where people post best movies of the year, worst movies of the year. Personally, I don't really think it's something that I like to do. Not against other people doing it, but that's just not really for me. And I did a couple of gameplay reaction commentary videos earlier this year on The Last of Us. I thought about doing one for the Spider-Man video game, the recent one, or Jedi Survivor, and I realized, no, I think I'd like to save that experience just for me. Trailer reactions I can definitely do. Maybe a couple of breakdowns every once in a while like I did earlier. I think it was this year or 2022. I have no idea. Time is so weird, especially the last couple of years post-COVID. Well, the COVID era, to be more specific. Maybe I'm just being selfish and not wanting 2023 to end, that I wish that we could add another 12 months onto the year. In fact, I think every year, calendar-wise, should be 24 months instead of 12 months. I don't really think that's enough time to savor every moment, but when has time ever really been on our side? 2020 was definitely not on our side as far as time goes. It was like an infinite, never-ending cycle of the same thing every day where nothing was happening because the world shut down. And now here we are back into some form of normality, and things are starting to speed up again like they were before with the busyness. And in a way it feels good, but I also kind of don't want to go back to that. I wish that we could find like a happy medium. I don't want to get too deep into certain things. I guess what I'm trying to say is, this year, I've managed to gain a lot of clarity and took some lessons away to appreciate the moments as they come. Have as much fun as you can in whatever you're doing. And that's what I promised myself a long time ago after my one friend passed away and I was able to get closure with certain things. And I realized that I have a whole life in front of me and I'm going to make the most of it for however long I have. Just like Riley says to Ellie in The Last of Us TV show, we don't give up on the time that we have. And I'm going to carry that with me into the next year and all the years beyond, however long that may be. And if you guys are willing to do that, let's have as much fun as we can while we're here until we go on to the other side. Realize that was a pretty deep message, and That might be a little too much for some of you, and I apologize if that was. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my videos and provide me with all of your feedback. I don't really exactly know how to put it into words how much I appreciate you guys doing so, because the fact that there's some people out there willing to listen to me, that actually, yeah, there's no other words. But thanks again, guys, for sticking around for this past year. Here's to 2024, and to many more years to come. Happy New Year, guys. See you in the next one.